Animal Paranormal Live. Go! And we are live here at Animal Paranormal Live. I am your host, Animal. What's up, guys? How's it going, man?
Go ahead, Mr. Hatcher. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I thought the Booze and Booze intro was good, but damn, that was pretty good.
You know what? I thought that was pretty badass, and I was like, what the hell? Let's keep on just doing that. Forget about us. Forget about Mr. Hatcher and George Shoplin. And then at the end, it's like this. I just wanted to get into it. So that's a great introduction, man. That was really hot.
Dude, like I say, you got to go big or you got to go home, man. That's how I roll. Got to go big or you got to go home.
That was really, really good, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no worries. So we have George Shoplin. Is it Shoplin or Shoplin?
Shoplin. No, Shoplin. No.
Oh, no worries. So we have George. So what about you, Mike Hatcher? What's up, man?
Not much, man. Just enjoying my weekend. Hanging out with family, looking at houses, and planning next weekend's investigation.
Dude, what do you got going on? What investigation going on?
I'm going down to. Can you hear me? I feel like I'm not loud enough.
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Okay, I can't. Maybe it's my board. My board's been weird. Yeah, I'm doing a location. It's local to me, and what's funny is it's on a busy state route in New Franklin, Ohio. There's just something about the house. It's always been run down as far as I can remember. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been drawn to this location, and my mom moved down that way, so I constantly drove by it again, and something just keeps pulling me in and pulling me in and pulling me in. The lady that lived there passed away this year, and a buddy of mine's friend bought it, and she's been trying to get me in there, and finally we're planning it.
That's awesome, man. Dude,
I'm excited.
Dude, I can't wait to see it, man. Take a lot of pictures.
Well, from what I'm thinking is going to happen is it'll probably be a 45-minute kind of show and full edit and everything.
Awesome, man.
That sounds, I'm jealous right now. I'm looking at everybody. I know you want to take this serious. I'm serious all the time, but well, not really. But you guys have the proper mics, man. Here I am I'm on a headphones button. You guys got the proper like. I just want to like find something so I could be like totally powerful like you guys right now.
Dude,
man.
Use a comb, man. You got to use a comb. Use a
comb?
brush or something. Just pretend.
All right, hold on. Wait. I'm just gonna. She's probably getting mad for me to touch this. But no, you guys, Mike. I'll tell you, if I made this, I'm gonna tame it down a lot. But Mr. Hatcher, Mike Hatcher, man, I'm a true fan of you. Like you said, when I talked to you last, with you do a lot of work with Matt and stuff. But you're doing it the right way. And what I mean by that, I think, is you're doing it the right way, but you're carrying yourself so like an adult in the paranormal. You're actually, you're doing such a great job. So I wanted to make sure that I tell you that before we do get started, that I'm a huge fan of you. I think whatever you got going on, it's going to be perfectly done. So from a paranormal investigator to you and probably thousands, if not millions of people watching tonight, thank you for doing what you do for the paranormal field. We're one big team, so good job.
I appreciate it, and it's people like you, that I look up to, like you and Matt. You guys got that positivity, and you carry that positivity that, myself as kind of a sensitive and an empath. That we pick up on all that negativity, and it. Like last week, I had a slight attachment from a mirror I investigated, and it drug me down for days, and it just I hit like this slight depression point, and it's like people like you and Matt that this field really needs for people like that, and it's I appreciate what you do too.
Well, here we go. Animal, go ahead and just go out to dinner. Me and Mike are just going to chop it up.
Well, I just want to catch up with you guys. What you're saying, yeah, like just with George, man, he's been so like. He's an awesome person because, like, I look up to him, too, because, like, being on Ghost Adventures and all that stuff, and just the love that he has for people, and just, dude, I thank you so much.
No, my thing is this, is if and I appreciate that, Animal. I just try to carry, look, honest to gosh, this is not scripted. I don't have notes. I just, my thing is this.
We weren't supposed. We weren't
No,
supposed
man.
to take notes.
No notes, man.
I'm just kidding.
Seriously, it's so freaking simple. It actually irritates me sometimes on Facebook because it's so easy for everybody, like, Mr. Hatcher, myself, and you, Animal. We've never really met each other ever in person. So
No.
why is it that we have this clique? So I think if everybody just tries to just have respect for one another and that's it, and just be normal, then we can all get along just perfectly in the paranormal. Because like you said, Matt, I'm also a fan of Matt. I need Matt's attitude at times when I'm down and out, and I go straight to Matt, and I just watch a couple of his videos, and I'm like, boom, I'm in. I'm better. So, no, man, thank you, Animal. I appreciate it. But I do my job in the paranormal. Everybody has a job, and I do believe I finally accepted my job in the paranormal is an investigator. But at the same time, my job in the paranormal is to show people, look, just try to be happy. If I'm being happy, if I can spread that to you, I'll be your cheerleader. I don't care if I can just make somebody smile and have a good rest of the day. It's that simple.
Amen, brother.
It's that simple, man.
Heck yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Well, dude, George, while we're talking about it, man, how did you become in the paranormal, man? How did it start for you?
Oh boy. Okay, so this question's been asked me so many times, but I always feel bad to give the truthful answer. And
That's all we want here. We want to know the real George. This is raw and live, and we want to know the true raw and live about George.
No, it's okay. So some people don't want to know this again, but what got me into the paranormal was, again, 18, 19 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. I was given 1 year to live. And during that time of the 1 year to live, I started doing things like I tried to take my life. That didn't work. And it kind of like put me to a spot where at that time I was, I don't know, I guess I was close to death in my own mental way because I was checking out. And, I started seeing things. And after radiation, I had a couple of grand mal seizures. And I started, to this day, the radiation was up here in my general area of my head. And it opened something up. Now, I have no validation. And everybody knows in the paranormal, if you're not validated, if you don't have no proof, then it's really not real. So the only thing I can say is this story will never change, is the fact that after grand mal seizures, something happened in my head and it opened up a door. And after that, I started seeing things, and it was really hard to describe. I couldn't even tell my wife. And I just told my wife no more than 10 years ago that I was seeing things. It was like a light switch. It would be like, not every day, but I would see things. I'm like, what the hell? Finally, I had to open up. And I told my wife that I was seeing things. And I was in tears that day because I felt like I was the weirdo. Something's wrong with me. But that's how I got into it. It just started happening, and I started accepting a lot of the things. And now I'm not gifted. I don't have I don't want to say I have abilities, because I think we're all born with abilities, but going through what I went through, something happened.
Yeah.
Something happened, and I don't fight it anymore. And I wish I could say that, hey, you know what? 20 years ago, 40 years ago, I was watching Scooby-Doo, and that's how I love the paranormal, but it wasn't like that at all. So
do you think, and I'm going to elaborate a little bit on your story there, George, because I believe we were having that same kind of conversation with Nick Groff the other day on Booze and Booze.
Uh-huh.
It kind of entails the death in your mind, in your body. So do you think, for instance, death could happen because your mind gives up, therefore if your mind gives up, your body gives up? Or vice versa, if your body gives up, it forces your mind to give up?
I think it's a toss up. I think what you said, the first thing, I think it's when you give up.
Yes, when your mind gives up, it shuts your body down.
It shuts your body down. And when the doctor told me that I had literally, really, George, you have 1 year to live. Go have fun. 1 year to live. And I was checking out. And what happened was God, I feel totally terrible talking about this. But when I had the cancer going on, it hairlined. Now I merely hairlined my glands. And if it would have been a little bit deeper in my glands on my neck, it would have spread so quickly, they said. But the fact is, the radiation saved my life because it hairlined it. So to answer your question, Mr. Astor, it was the fact that I was told that you're going to die. And when a doctor when a mechanic tells you need brakes, you got to get brakes or you're going to die. The doctor was telling me, George, you're going to die. You got 1 year.
So that opened your mind up more, and that helped your body fight.
Exactly.
So do you think maybe, and this is coming from like somebody who's very spiritual. I try to stay away from doctors. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual.
Sure.
Do you think maybe there's a potential that the cancer or some sort of illness is caused by something that's spiritual, and then you opening your mind to the spiritual world and then being spiritual would have helped open your mind to it and stopped that spread?
Absolutely. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, I my wife is a Reiki master. I'm in right now. I'm a Reiki 2, and I think Reiki keeps me. I mean, I know some people don't believe in it, but I think Reiki keeps me where I'm at today, being positive. I don't get sick. I'm always I mean, really, we all have bad days, but I do believe that it's all. There's so much power up here. If you actually just tell yourself, I'm not going to get sick. I'm going to be in a good mood. I'm going to treat people good. Or if each morning I get up in the morning and the first thing I do when I go to a mirror is I look in the mirror and I say, you know what? I'm going to have a good day today.
It's all in your mind. It's how you perceive your day. And
exactly.
One of the things that I actually do now, and it's kind of funny, but it makes sense because it's all in your mind. When we edited and we released Dead Republic's first documentary, I was doing all the editing and I was doing, all the designs and stuff. So I'd get up in the morning, and then I was partially laid off during the winter because I was working landscaping, so I was able to bust a lot of that documentary out.
Right.
So there's days I'd get up, I'd cup of coffee, sweatpants, hoodie. I'd look like a piece of shit. Like I would look like a bum just getting out of bed, and I would drag my feet. I would have no energy.
Right.
And now I'm to the point when I do editing for like even Booze and Booze, or I start marketing and doing new designs. I get up in the morning, I put on a nice pair of pants, nice shoes, watch, and a shirt, and I get work done. You know, it's all that mentality, and it is a very, very powerful thing. And
absolutely,
I love it.
If I can interject on that one thing, Mr. Hatcher, you're absolutely 100% right in your mind. Because, I played baseball. I hate talking about but I know what you're saying. You put a baseball team on a field with some really crappy uniforms on, they're going to play really shitty. Sorry, I got to say it.
It's okay.
Are we allowed to cuss?
Are we allowed, really? But if you notice, though, when like little leaguers or football teams or any sports, they have these really nice uniforms on. It's all meant. They think, "Oh my God, we look great. Let's go.
Let's be great.
Let's be great." Exactly. Mm-hmm. So you find out in life what really gets you. And Mr. Hatcher, I'll tell you, you nailed it. It's all in your mind, and our mind is so powerful. I'm glad there's a few of us that maybe understand it as far as we can, but it's all in your mind. People say it all the time. Man, it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. You hear that so many times from people. And, the best thing is, you don't listen to your heart. You got to listen to your mind or your gut. That's how I look at things.
Uh-huh.
Well, I know we're supposed to talk about paranormal, but to what George said, when I was growing up, my dad, they told him he had like 7 months to live because he had a stage 4 cancer. Mm-hmm. And my dad's like, well, I want a second opinion. And I told him, well, you could get one, but, we don't have no high hope for you.
Right.
And so he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And I'm just going to, have faith that I could beat this thing. And I'll never forget, like, just hearing my dad's stories that he just fought and worked. He was in a wheelchair because my dad was like a hard worker. He loved jackhammering through like concrete and stuff. And just, he was a hard worker, and he kept doing it, especially going through chemo. He was bald and stuff like that. He just went through it and stuff like that. And like after 7 months, like went through, like he beat the cancer, and no one thought he could do it because he had faith. And that's what this is all about, man. Just to have faith and just believe in yourself and fight the good fight. Because like George, dude, you went through it. You know how it is. You lived through that faith, and I could see that in you, man, because it pops out of you when you talk.
Appreciate that.
And when it affects your investigations, because things out there are gonna feel that energy from you.
They're
It's gonna
they're
feel
gonna
it.
attract toward it.
It's
Towards
gonna
it.
track towards it,
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on. And I do apologize for bringing up the cancer thing. You asked the question, and I know a lot of people I think, oh, here we go with the cancer stuff. And I do apologize, but when I'm asked that question, I wish I could say, yeah, I got into it watching Scooby Doo, but it would be a false lie, and I just that's all I can say. But I do believe that with us three being paranormal investigators, I think one of the main ingredients is being positive. And
Yeah.
one of the one if you like, I go to an investigation tonight, and I'm jacked. I'm already thinking about Mountain Dews. I'm already like, I can't wait to get there tonight. But it's all about energy. It's like if I see Mike Hatcher, if I see you, Animal, let's say we're at a party or a dance or wherever we're at, I'm going to be drawn to you two because you guys are like, oh my God, these guys are amazing. I'd rather have positive people in my life, period.
I'll be honest with you. I used to be a very, very, very negative person.
Right.
Yeah, I used to be the same way.
And it wasn't always negative towards other people, but I always carried this deep, heavy weight, like in my heart and in my chest, from my childhood, and it really started ruining a lot of my relationships. Even my wedding, it wasn't. I love my wife, but our marriage hasn't always been the best. But the last 2 years since I've gotten a lot more spiritual, it's been phenomenal. We don't argue anymore. We don't fight. And a lot of it's been because of me. It's just the way I've carried myself, and I was so negative. Right. And once I started getting more positive, it's just like, I don't care about anything anymore. I'm just like, whatever.
I'll tell you, people are starving on Facebook and paranormal. People, I don't know if you guys notice on your Facebook pages, people are starving to have positivity people in their life. Especially now, we're so divided. We are so divided right now that it is just disgusting. And, when you have people like ourselves and many others out there, you know what? We're needed more than, we're like a beacon. And I don't want to say it's about us, but you got to be positive. And I'll tell you, Mike, I'm very impressed with you tonight. Again, what you just said a couple of minutes ago is you didn't blame anybody else. You actually took the blame to what, you took the blame. And what that shows me, Mike, is that you are needed in my life, because I would never, I love who you are right now again. But that being said, my God, I mean, it's so beautiful, man, because it's so easy just to say, you know what, it was my fault. I just had to be positive. I was a negative Nelly, and now I'm a better person. My marriage, I'm a paranormal investigator that kicks ass. It's all about positivity, period. Forget about the medicine. Forget about medicine. Just be positive.
But back then, I would blame everybody else. I'd be like, no, it's not me. It's you.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just like, it was me. I took a step back and I looked at myself and I'm like, it was me.
Well, the main ingredient in paranormal investigating, it's not about the black shirt that we're all going to put on when we go investigate tonight or whatever. It's all about your attitude, and it's called the positivity attitude. If you got that, you're going to own it. And the people that have left this planet and gone to the other side of the veil, they've already been here, man. They already know what they want to talk to, who they don't want to talk to. And that's why to this day, I get a lot of Class A EVPs, and it's not about pat on the back bullshit. It's because of my attitude. And I admit it. It's nothing. I don't use any bells and whistles. I go there with the EVP recorder, a flashlight, a black shirt.
Because you think about it, you go to a tuberculosis hospital, they were so full of negativity. They want that attitude. They want that positivity around them.
Exactly.
So they're going to come talk to you because, hey, he has something that we haven't seen or we didn't live with.
Exactly. So I get a lot of hate mail, like probably we all do. And, I have thick skin like an elephant. I say, no problem. I don't dislike you. It's okay. You'll catch on one day. You'll catch on one day. So blah blah blah. I apologize.
Oh no, dude, I totally
it's a good. I love the deep conversations.
Well, that's what this is all about, man. It's all about the love. It's all about that love, man, that you gotta share.
Yeah,
that's what this show's about, man. No matter what it is, it's real.
Well,
go ahead, Animal.
And that's the kind of people you want to put yourself around, is real people. Because, there's so much negativity out there in this world, especially with the whole COVID crap going on and stuff like that. And it's like sometimes you're just like, dude, man, I just need to be around, positive people that you can vibe with, and just hang out and just have a good old time, drink beer, coffee, maybe moonshine, who knows? Hang out with Bigfoot, who knows? You
right,
know?
right.
Oh shit! I told you not to tell anybody. Those were my plans tomorrow.
But dude, it's just all about that positivity and good vibes, man. That's all I want to hang around it with.
Absolutely, I agree.
So Mike, dude, I know we've been talking about positive things, dude, but what is the most scariest moment you have been onto an investigation, and has it made you kind of wet your pants a little bit?
Did it make me what?
Wet your pants a little bit. I would say the other word, but I don't have a buzzer on this, so.
You mean shit my pants?
Yeah, shit your pants. Let's say it.
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably have to. I would say it'd probably be one of the very first investigations I ever did. Of course, that one always scares you. It's always your first, and it was a residential home. I was at my partner's grandma's, and I don't even know why it scared me. They were all welcoming spirits, and I guess it was just new to me, and it was just the feeling, when you're in that first setting. But compared to that one, I do have to say Monroe House was probably one of the worst. I really can't say it was anything that really scared me poopless.
I don't care. You can say it.
Believe it or not, I don't really get scared too easy. I'm more afraid of the dark than I am anything else.
Yeah.
I hate being in the dark by myself. That scares me more than any spirit. But the one thing that I can say that it didn't really scare me, but it shocked me the most was it was the same day we were doing Monroe House out in Hartford City, Indiana. We went over to the Hartford City Jail, and we were just doing a tour. We were walking around it, Marcus, the team, and I, and Dan, and we're getting ready to walk out and leave. And I made this funny. I just made a joke. For the last couple of years, I've been trying to become a police officer.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh,
we'll
awesome,
see how
man.
I'm getting too old for it now. But thank you.
You're welcome.
So I made the joke. I'm like, oh, these guys here probably don't like me because I'm trying to be a cop. And next thing you know, I got the sharp pain right below my left rib cage, and it jolted me. And I lifted my shirt up, and there's this big red spot, like somebody had tried to shank me.
Yeah.
I think that was probably like the one thing that really shocked me the most. But other than that, I don't really get too scared in investigations.
Wow. I wish I was you.
I mean, it's nerve-wracking, but I don't get too scared.
Dude, speaking of the dark, man, every time I see Zach Bagans, what is it? He tells Aaron to go into a room by himself, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, I like those adventures.
See, I my favorite show right now. I mean, there's a lot of good shows out there. We have to remember they're all entertainment for us, and it keeps us going. But I'm really enjoying. I really enjoy Ghost Hunters. I like how they work together.
Yeah.
But I like Destination Fear too with Dakota. I like how it's so semi raw. I mean, I like seeing people get so-called scared, and I like that show. That show to me is but they're all good. They're all good. Yeah. They're all good because you know what? They all provide something that I like to watch. If it's Zach Bagan, I like seeing that guy saying, "Did you hear that? I think she said she wanted to sleep with me." To basically, any of the shows, but they're all entertainment, and you know what? They're a lot of fun. They're nice to watch.
And that's what I try and tell people. I see a lot of people bash Zach Bagans for the way he is and all that, and I'm like, listen, you mean to tell me you wouldn't make the kind of money he is if I tell an Aaron to go into a room?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
It's a premise. It's all for entertainment.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Yep. Absolutely. It's about numbers, and I mean, let's just cut through it. I mean, when we all.
I'm not gonna lie, George. If you and I were on a team,
yes.
and the network told me you had to fall down a well while I went and played hopscotch, I'm sorry, you're going down a well.
I'm going down.
I'm
Yeah.
playing hopscotch, drinking
Yep.
beer, and we're gonna make $40 million.
Exactly.
Heck
And
yeah, man.
but
That's just the way it is. I'm sorry.
No, you know what, Mike, you're absolutely right. And see, you have people out there that are like, "Oh my God, you guys are sellouts." If you are doing you have to. It's entertainment. And
Yeah.
if Travel Channel or A&E or Discovery Channel says, "Look, we want you to do that,"
I got
Okay.
kids to feed. Sorry, you're going
Yeah.
down that well.
I'll tell
You
you.
gotta
Like,
do what you gotta do, man. Gotta do what you gotta do.
well, look at Aaron. Aaron's a good guy from Ghost. I'm sorry, from Ghost Adventures. And Aaron is a nice guy. I got to work with him for 4 or 5, 6 days. And you know what? He does scream, and it is part of the act. It is part of. Other than that, he's just like you or me. Like, oh, okay, I got scared. But come on. If we're all saying there's some acting involved, I'll be the first to tell you there's always acting involved. Always.
They want you to emphasize a little bit on those screams, and because we've all been to
Yeah.
investigations, and I can tell you all the ones I've been to, I've never screamed like that.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
No.
No, absolutely. I mean, the latest one that I got really, I don't, like you said, Mr. Asher, I don't get scared. I get startled when I'm not
Yes.
ready for it. And getting startled is probably the worst one, where you do want to shit your pants because you're not ready. Or you want to, I was in an elevator. It's on my Facebook, and we're at the Union Hotel. My wife and I, the hotel was shut down because of the virus. We had the whole hotel to ourselves, and we're just investigating. The hotel said, "Yeah, you guys come on down. No problem. We know you guys. Yeah, we know you. We know that you're not going to steal anything. There you go." And so we went in there, and coming out of the elevator, I had this like 9-volt battery thing go through my body, and I felt this thing goes through my body, and I screamed like a friggin' girl. And my wife first said, "What kind of paranormal investigator are you?" Because I wanted to go home. I said, "I'm out. I want to get out of here, man." But I did. I screamed, and she proved to me that, at that particular point, my wife, Kara, she proved to me that, my gosh, she's a paranormal investigator too. Probably bigger balls than I have, because I'm just being straight.
Yeah.
I get startled. I do, man. And when you're pitch dark, or, now we're wearing blindfolds while we investigate. So now that's taking care of taking away one of your senses. And you can actually concentrate more on your investigation by your sound and field. So, it takes that percentage away, and it just changes the investigation. So when you're blindfolded, it's different. It's just different.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to blindfold ourselves tonight at this investigation.
That's awesome.
It takes away one of your senses, and it intense the other senses, I guess you would say. It makes
really
more
does. We did that in our first documentary. We did a full sensory deprivation.
It's awesome.
We took away our sight and our hearing. The only thing we were listening to was white noise, and some of the evidence we got during that was just phenomenal between the two of us.
Yeah, man. It's not, I don't go into it, none of us. I think we're true paranormal investigators like everybody else, but, we all have that knack that we like to do. I like the blindfold stuff. That's what I like. It just turns it up a little bit for myself, because I want to get scared. I want to get startled. I want evidence, and it's beautiful, man. It's just beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Have you ever been into a situation where that there was so much energy, or something negative, and it just made you want to quit the paranormal field?
Absolutely. You know what that is? That's humans, not the paranormal. What makes me want to quit once a week is the living. It's the living, not the people that have passed over. The living, to us, I'm more afraid of the living people than I am of paranormal, because the living people are more nasty, and you can actually see them coming at you. Let's say you can see them ready to attack you, but when it comes to paranormal, you can't see it. So when it comes to me, I have a small circle of friends, because I just, I've been hurt too many times in my life.
Yeah, same here.
So it sucks, man.
What about you, Mike?
I don't think I have either. But like George said, there have been people in the field that I've come across and met and worked with that really have thrown a
grenade.
Yeah, like rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
That I've said I won't work with anymore. I won't do anything with. But those are also the same people that make me push myself and not be better than them, but prove my worth.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's one thing that we push around. Like, we do a show on Sunday night, starting tomorrow night. It's the Para Unity Roundtable with myself, Alan, Animal, sorry, and a few other people.
Alan.
Sorry.
That's your new name. I'm gonna
That's
call
my
you
new
Alan.
name. I'm Alan the Animal.
Alan the Animal. But you know what? It's one thing I do, and I'm not looking for votes to run for president bullshit. But you know what? We are all equal. We are all equal in the paranormal. And you know, there's one thing I would rather work with somebody that is new to the paranormal, like this starts tonight, because I feel it's kind of like when you like I'm a boss at my place. I'd rather not have to mold somebody, let's say, or teach them or whatever. I want them to come into it, just come into it green, because I want to see what you got.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, there's so many ways to go about it. I apologize, guys.
Oh, no worries. Got a question here from somebody. Do you guys think that this might be something the spirits are experiencing, whether they only have one or two sentences, or do they have any?
Go for it, Mr. Hatcher.
Do you think? Let me reread this. Do you guys think that this might be something the spirits are experiencing? That's actually a hard question. I mean, I have this theory where some spirits actually see each other as me and George see each other, as me and Animal see each other. They don't see through each other. They see themselves as living, breathing, walking humans.
Right.
Especially residuals. You know, residuals, they don't even know they're dead. They're just Groundhog Day, repeating the same thing over and over and over and over.
Right.
I've even heard theories that UV and IR light hurts the spirit's skin.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's actually a very good question, and something that I think, if come across, could be theorized.
Yeah. You know what I like about that question too, though? It showed us paranormal people, or at least most of us, I hope, 80% of us, we're actually pretty smart. We're either, that question is so good. You know, it just blows my mind that some people may look down on us as paranormal investigators as in say, oh, these guys are just stupid. They're just chasing stuff you can't see. But, you know, I feel that, you know, everybody has their opinion and we'll never know if it's right or wrong, right? It's just an opinion. My opinion is, why couldn't the paranormal or the spirits, maybe they see us as we see them, like little orbs of ball, like a light, or maybe they don't see us at all. Maybe they just hear us. You know, there's so many things, you know, that I wish we had the answers to, but if we did, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be here today. So
and that's what I've started doing, and that's why I loved, like, I know you've done episodes of Ghost Adventures, and I'm sure you've hung out with Nick. Very humble, down to earth guy. We just had him on our episode the other day, and you know, we were talking about a lot of
he's
physics.
deep. He's
a lot
deep,
of physics, and that's what's funny is that's something that I've slowly started getting out of the EVPs, the pictures and video. Like, I want to get down in depth because for some reason I'm in tune with my dreams when it comes to paranormal. Mm-hmm. Before I go to an investigation, a spirit from this location will come to my dream. It'll come to my house.
Wow.
And I want to figure out that realm. I want to figure out that perception of dreams and paranormal. And, you know, the one thing that Nick mentioned on our podcast the other day, and it really hit me. And I'm like, I would love to figure that out. And I would love to study that and learn. And he goes, I think it was the Walsh Hill Club in 2007, he said, when they went and investigated. And he goes, I was young and stupid. But he goes, I walked into the Walsh Hill Club, and on my voice recorder, I heard a voice go, Nick Groff. And then he goes, I was just back there recently, and when I walked into the same room with the recorder, I myself said to myself, Nick Groff.
Wow.
He goes, so could that have been me in 2007 saying that from a different time?
Dude, do you hear that? There's something coming through your mic like a voice.
It's probably mine.
Yeah, so it like happened like 4 or 5 times. I don't know if people are hearing it, but I hear it very like.
I have about 7 or 8 spirits in my house. They do not shut up.
That is awesome.
That's awesome, man.
That is awesome, man.
At least we're live this time. So before we went live, I heard that was weird.
I did too. Like before we went live, I heard this male go, Harold. And I was like, who the fuck's Harold?
Wow.
I mean, Who's that? I'm not paying $5 to you. I'll pay $5 to Booze and Booze when I cuss.
Oh, I saw that. Do you guys actually do that? You guys throw money in a jar?
Yes. We actually, what we're doing is we're actually going to start tallying it up this time. And each one of us are going to pick one location, put it in a jar. At the end of the year, all that money we've tallied up is going to go to a random location of our choice.
That's awesome, man.
Dude,
That's
that's
and that's
awesome.
how you're supposed to. Back to Nick though. Him and Elizabeth Saint have to be one of the smartest people in the field. Now, Elizabeth Saint is other than being just drop dead gorgeous, beautiful human being, etc. She is so intelligent. She is so bright, and those two worked together for so many years, and they still are. I mean, those two people are just bright. And the way you said about Nick, Nick will get you thinking.
And he really will.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if any of you captured our episode with Nick last week.
I did.
When I was explaining the dream that I had that really, really, really made me want to dive into them.
Yeah.
I can reiterate for, some of the fans here and people that are watching real quick. Maybe they can throw some input. I had to share it with Nick. I just had to because I wanted his input. I mean, come on, it's effing Nick Groff.
Right?
Yeah.
The Godfather.
But
he's awesome.
I had this dream that my wife and I went to a casino. And in order to go to this casino, it was really weird. You had to take a class to teach you how to gamble, to teach you how to spend your money kind of thing. And the classroom you sat in was your college room incline seats. So we go up this incline, we go towards our seats, and there's a couple sitting next to us. We cross paths, we say hi, what's up, go through the class. We leave the class, go down to the casino, start gambling. I walk off to go get a beer. And I'm talking to the bartender, and I go to leave, and I'm like, hey, man, nice chatting with you. I'm sure I'll come back. I'll see you soon. End of dream.
What?
2 days later, I had the same exact dream.
Wow.
Except this time, when we sat in our seats, it was the same couple next to us, looked at us and was like, hey, how you guys doing? Good to see you again. Like we were best friends.
Oh, shit.
So then, again, went down to gamble. I went to get a beer. As soon as I walked... Did you just hear that voice? I could have swore I heard a man say, what the fuck?
No, I didn't hear it.
Oh, So I go down to the bar, and I go to get a beer. Bartender turns around and goes, Mike, what's up? It's good to see you again. Drinks on me. So it makes you wonder, are we time traveling? Are we astro projecting? And
it's anything's possible. I love this conversation tonight, man.
Yeah.
It's such good talk. As we all have these, like what you're just saying. I mean, I'm not trying to say, well, hold on, let me tell you my story, Mike. I'm not doing that. But
you say whatever you need. These are things that are not going to be answered.
No, but it's so weird because I won't have dreams, but I'll have like myself. I can say, I can think something, and it'll happen 10 or 15 minutes like 15 minutes later, I'll get that phone call from my daughter, or it'll be something that's so bizarre. Like, wait a second, I just thought that in my head, and it just happened. Mm-hmm. Now, I look. I have no validation. I know. I found out being on Facebook and paranormal, they don't mix. And you know what? I'll tell you, it's without validation, you're gonna get chopped at the legs. But it's all I can say is I know what I know, and I know what I believe. I heard a woman's
voice.
I heard my stomach. Might have been my stomach. No, but when it comes to deja vu's, is that how you say it? Deja vu's.
Deja vu, yeah.
I still believe my opinion is this. The reason why you do that is because you keep on reliving over and over and over again. Like we've gone through our lives 10, 20 times. I don't know. And that's what I feel. And I think it keeps on happening until you get your life so perfect by God. That's it. That's when you go to heaven.
That's when you stop. Yeah. Like it's not necessarily reincarnation. It's
no.
Your energy keeps traveling and going into body to body until you understand your own life's purpose.
Exactly. And you know what? The thing is,
until you understand that, you're just going to keep reliving and reliving and reliving.
Thank you. We can end the show right now because that is so powerful. No, it's true though.
I want to share something what Melissa said. We glitch between them from time to time. There are 12 dimensions with 12 parallels in each. So, sorry.
So
Yeah,
144. Yeah.
that's the other thing Nick was
Yeah.
talking about the other night is the mind and the brain itself alone has 13 parallels or 13
Tongue twister.
dimensions. But yeah, the mind itself, I believe he said 12 or 13. It's got its own.
Okay, so that
And-
comes back. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Hatcher.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and that would make me wonder, and this is the other thing I brought up on the show, and everybody's input's definitely worth it. It makes you wonder what a shadow figure is. Is a shadow figure somebody who's passed away? Is it a time traveler? Is it somebody astral projecting?
That's a
Again,
good, yeah.
These are things that are never going to be answered, and that's really the aspect of paranormal that I want to start diving more into. I love going to these historical locations. I love strapping a camera on and capturing this evidence. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We can do that all day till we're blue in the face, and we could show these people validation. Oh, I got that EVP. No, that was somebody in the background. But look at this shadow figure. No, that was smoke. We're going to hear that all day, every day.
Yeah.
But I've gotten to the point where I just want to go deeper and deeper and deeper and just I want to try time traveling myself because I know how, and I want to try and do it.
No, you're absolutely right. I have two points to bring up. This is what I meant in the beginning of the show. I want to meet people that have had grand mal seizures like I have. Has that opened your mind up? Like you're saying, your mind is so powerful. Is that why I hear things, see things, whatever? Is it because of the grand mal seizures and I open something up in my mind? Is that why? Because people always say, oh, you're lying, or, validate this or validate that. I can't. All I can say is, this is what I feel. And I do believe what the young lady said, our mind is so powerful. We use about this much of our mind. I mean, there's so much. We could walk through walls if we could figure it out. We could walk through walls, man. But it's
Dude.
it's a trip, man.
If I could walk through a wall to get to George's house, that'd be freaking awesome. I'm just saying that right now.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'd dress up in a Bigfoot costume and just freak the crap out of you, man.
No,
I
man.
love it. It's dreams that got me into paranormal. I'll put it that way, and that's why I want to continue it further and study dreams a little bit more.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Hatcher. Do you feel that are we becoming, and this is a true question to everybody, do you think you get to a point with being a paranormal investigator, you're turning in, not you, but we turn into paranormal snobs? Because I've gone to being so excited over an orb, and that's not good enough and that's not good enough for me anymore. And then you get a voice, EVP, well, class A. Oh, that's not good enough. I don't want that anymore. I want a shadow. And then you get the shadow, and then it's like, wait, am I a snob now? Because now I want everything that Mr. Hatcher wants.
No.
I want to have,
No, I wouldn't say that. I think we evolve. We get to the point where we capture so many EVPs and so many photos and film so much that I can't say it gets boring.
It gets boring.
Because every location is different.
Right.
You could go to Monroe House tomorrow and then go again Monday and get totally two different evidence, totally two different feelings, two different energies. So those are always going to change. But I think at some point we evolve, our mind changes once we actually start understanding the paranormal. We want to learn more, we want to understand and study more and dig deeper and deeper and deeper. Because, you think about it, I made this joke months ago when COVID first started. And the joke was, us paranormal investigators should be happy right now.
All right.
Because especially our children that want to go out and investigate. Because what are we doing right now? We go out and we investigate these TB hospitals with their virus outbreak. We get so excited to do it now. Right. And I was like, our future paranormal investigators should be happy about this virus. They're going to be investigating us.
Right.
So I don't know. I think we just evolve as our minds evolve more. And I think we just want to start to learn and study a little bit more.
And you know what that shows me, though? It shows me, and this is not about me, myself, or I. It's more so for Mr. Hatcher, is I know that you have passion for what you do. Yeah, the people that are, like we're talking right now, it proves that at least three of us right now are not just doing this because it's a hobby. It's not a hobby.
No.
It's you're passionate. You want to dig deeper, like you said. You want to dig deep and get more answers. And that's what I enjoy is when I run into people like you. It's like, good, I'm not the only paranormal geek. Thank God, because that's what I feel like, a total geek.
Dude, I keep hearing voices, man.
I got to turn on my light. Hang on.
I don't know if it's coming for me, but it really would not surprise me.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Here's another question here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'd love to know about these 12 or 13 different dimensions. I've never heard this quantified before. And the 144 possibilities, would you mind elaborating?
I didn't hear about it till Wednesday, so.
You know what? And either did I. I heard it from his show when Nick was on. That's the whole thing, though. It's like this is such a great show tonight because you got me thinking. I think I know. Nobody knows everything. I'm a student every single day in the paranormal. Yes, but you feel like you know enough to get by. And I'm finding out tonight, I don't know shit. And right now I owe $15 to Mike's pot.
No, you don't.
No, to me, George.
And that's really what caught me off guard that's what caught me off guard when we were talking to Nick is when he mentioned the way he wants to elaborate more. And he even said, he's like, I want to get out of the debunking. I want to get out of capturing the evidence. I want to dig further. And it really ignited this spark in me because when I first watched Ghost Adventures was when I first started getting into paranormal. And I molded a lot of my investigating style after Nick. And if you watched Sleepless in Salamanca, our documentary, I edited that entire thing because I loved Ghost Adventures editing. Mm-hmm. So I got into the field because of Nick, and well, not because of them, but I was already in the field. But I tried molding myself the way his style is. And then to hear him talk about how he wants to get more into dreams and physics and time, and I was like, well, holy shit, that's what I've been trying to do.
Right. Well, that's what we all. Oh, sorry, Mr.
No, go.
No, we all, I think, again, Ghost Adventures was probably all our first time paranormal. That's when paranormal was, there was nothing really out there. Scooby-Doo was pretty hot. Scooby-Doo was a good show, but you're absolutely right. When it came to Ghost Adventures, they've been on for, 19? I don't know, 19 years.
Yeah.
And they're the first show. We all did the same thing, though. We all went to go buy the flat bill hat to be like Zach or Aaron or whoever, Nick or whoever you choose. Everybody went out and bought black shirts because that's what you're supposed to wear.
No, George, it started out with plumbers, remember?
Plumbers. Yeah. No, and it's so nice with the new shows now. The entertainment, again, we already covered that. They're entertainment, but with these new shows now, it just gives a different direction of how to take away from each show. Just take something away to make yourself the paranormal investigator you are today. Don't be a cookie cutter. Don't be a cookie cutter. Just, I even go to paranormal investigations like tonight. I'll have a couple of people that never been there or never paranormal investigated before, but they may show me something tonight that I've never done. I'll be like, I'm taking that away tonight. I'm going to use that. So that's why I always say we're a student in the paranormal. We're always a student.
Absolutely. I'm still learning.
Me too. It's great.
Yeah, I certainly love what Elizabeth said here about bringing your kids in, having them understand, the paranormal. Like my daughter, like we're working on a project that I'm very excited about, and just bringing your child just to get to learn what you're doing and to be able to show them, experience that other people don't get to experience. It's a pretty beautiful thing.
It is. I tell. Go ahead.
And it shares patience too. Your child patience, because there's a lot of kids out there that have no patience. There's sometimes I don't have patience, but it's just cool because you get to sit there, relax, chill, focus, and just listen. And like your senses, it's the best paranormal tool out there. Is your senses out there? You can use the most expensive freaking equipment you have in the world. You could use dowsing rods. You could use EMF detectors. Whatever, but your senses and just chilling and not talk.
Well, I'll tell you, I will say this is years ago, I think I would say, no, don't bring any children. Anything can happen to them. They get an attachment. But guess what? We all can get attachments. We all can get attacked. It doesn't matter. I personally look at people are going to hate me for this one. Bring a child. You know what? Because they let them enjoy, let them show that, ghosts are not evil and bad. No, well, some are bad. But let them know it's not all about demons. It's not all about Scooby-Doo stuff that are scary. It's actually a beautiful, beautiful thing, paranormal investigating. And I have to say this out to the millions of people listening tonight, is Matt has his daughter that he brings investigating. Mm-hmm. I give that man so much love because he's creating memories and he's creating a bond between something that they both love and do, and that's paranormal investigating. And that is what it's all about. So, I give Matt so much love every single day. And for what he does with his daughter, I think he's an amazing dad. And you know what? Yeah. Amazing.
Agree.
Yeah, I'll never forget. My daughter, unfortunately, she's too young. She's only a year.
Right, yeah, might be a little young.
And that's the thing I love the most about my house with the spirits in it. My son knows they're here.
Right.
I remember the first time I told him what makes Margaret. Margaret is a spirit here. Her dad built the house in 1893. I'll never forget the time I told him that she gets mad when his room's not clean.
Nice.
I was like, she hates it when your room's not clean. He ran upstairs. He's like, oh, I got to go clean it now.
Oh, that's
and my wife goes, oh, you're going to listen to a spirit and not your own parents?
Oh, that is great. You know what? Why not?
I'll never forget the actual time that he captured his first EVP. I do a lot of the testing of equipment in my house because I do know it's haunted.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't consider my house haunted. There are spirits here, but you will not know they're here. They go about their own thing. They leave us alone. I leave them alone. So no, I wouldn't consider my house haunted. To me, there's a difference. But I do have an attachment of a 6-year-old girl attached to me. I will not let her go. She can stay with me as long as she wants. But Nico, my stepson, got a voice recorder by my teammate Marcus for his birthday. And he wanted to try it out so bad. He was so excited. So we went down to my basement, and we were running EVPs on it. And I go, hey, Emily, can you go play with Nico? And Nico he stops. He goes, I got chills. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, I just got really cold. And I played back the EVP, and you hear this little girl go, I'll get you, hee hee.
No, that's awesome.
She was tickling him.
Oh man.
And he was so ecstatic. He's like, "Oh my God, that's awesome."
That is so cool, man. Wow.
Dude, that's freaking awesome, man. Dude, this whole experience is awesome, man. Just with your kids and stuff, and I applaud you to do that. That's awesome.
It's the next generation, though. I mean, it's the next generation. That's just paranormal investigating is not going to go anywhere, as long as there's shows or entertainment on TV, or if there's, it's not going anywhere. And you know what? I'd rather have my child be a paranormal investigator, trying to get answers, trying to find something that makes her happy or him happy on helping people, than have them on the street, or doing something foul.
Sorry.
Plus, they get to learn about.
What's that, Mike? What's that?
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Cindy Harper.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh, she runs the events at Sweet Spring Sanitarium. She cracks me up.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. I don't know what to do with her anymore.
The sanitarium, that's the one in New York, right?
Sweet Spring Sanitarium. No, it's in Virginia.
Okay, I don't think
we did Wildwood Sanitarium.
Oh, Wildwood. I've been to Wildwood.
That one's in New York, yeah.
Yeah, Wildwood's a good place. I love that place.
No, I loved it. Absolutely love it. I will actually be back there on the 21st of November. I'm excited.
Dude, I'll tell you an experience I had at Wildwood there. Dude, gave me goosebumps.
Can I guess?
What?
Can I guess what it is?
Sure.
Something following you down the steps?
Nope.
Okay.
This was with a Ouija board.
Ugh.
Oh, we had a Ouija board there too. Yep.
Well, there was guests there before me. I got to meet him before I went in. And as soon as I went upstairs, and there's an area where you pass the dolls and stuff like that. I went around the corner. There was this Ouija board set up, nice and perfect, like they were using it, I guess from the people that were there. And so I was like taking pictures, getting a feel for the place. And I walk around again. There was another freaking board right below it, got moved perfectly right below the Ouija board, right below it. And I like freaked out. I was like, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah.
That place is crazy.
It is highly active.
Yes, it is. Agree.
I cannot touch it. I don't like. You know what? I shouldn't say Ouija boards. It's just mentally. It's just a board. I hope. But you know what? I hope. But I'm too. I don't want to say afraid. It's the unknown. If I do it, am I gonna fall off the cliff the next day? I'm like, oh, I have to blame it on the Ouija board. But the one thing we did do with Elizabeth Saint a few years ago was table tipping, which is almost another sign of communicating with the other side of the veil, which was a blast. Look it up, table tipping. They used to do it back in the 1800s, and it's a lot of fun. I won't get into it because I only have a few minutes left, but it's a lot of fun, table tipping.
Dude, I've done that
well,
before.
I mean, Animal has to end the show at 9:00, which means he can just shut off his camera, George. You and I can go all night.
We go all night, baby boy.
We can go all night. We'll just get rid of his banner in the background. I'll go till you're ready to leave.
No, we could. I mean, that's the whole thing about paranormal is it's just so interesting to me. And when you run into people that actually have like yourself, that has intelligence on this. I love to absorb information. I love to absorb it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, before we end this conclusion of the show, I'll get one more question here. Animal, Mike, or George, have you ever been to my home state of West Virginia to investigate paranormal cryptids or UFOs?
I try not to go to West Virginia because your littering fine is the price of a house.
Really?
It's like $10,000.
Well, yeah, I would love to go see. I gone as far as, New Mexico, and that was a couple of months ago. We had an event there, but I want to go to like West Virginia. I want to go back east. I'm in California.
Yeah.
There's so much. You know what? There's so much history back there from the Civil War. There's just history, and we have history here, but not so. It feels like not so much. I think you guys are very lucky to be where you're at.
That's because the whole states was started on the East Coast.
Exactly.
The 13 colonies, and it all started on this side.
Absolutely true. So, I can't. I just got to get out more. I got to get out more. I really do. I mean,
you gotta come to Florida. Come to Florida, man.
I would love to. What's that, Mike? What were you saying, boss?
I said, come out this way. We'll all get together.
Oh no, let's just do it. I mean, I just what I need is it sounds really weird. I don't invite myself anything, but if people say, "Hey, look, we're going to be here on this date," and da da da, I will somehow whatever I need to do make it happen.
October 24th, Wilson Castle, Rutland, Vermont.
Wait, that's like next week.
That's next month. Oh wait, that's like 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's a little too soon.
It's going to be me, Dan Class, Matt Warner, Scar Encounters. We're all special guest investigators for Matt's Halloween event.
Awesome.
I will be in Utah for, I think it's called Salt Air in Utah for a Halloween night investigation. But damn it, man, I would love to be with you guys. Someone needs to buy an airplane because George has a job. Yes. But my God, it's like to chalk out $300-400 on I'm like,
it's hard.
I'm like, it's just one of those situations like, oh man, but I wish I had a plane. I'd go everywhere.
Well,
I'd never be home.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to talk more, guys. I know we could probably talk for maybe another 5 hours. But
at least, yeah.
I know George would. Love you, George.
Oh, that's all right, man.
But thank you guys for listening. We love you guys. Thank you for joining Animal Paranormal Live with George and Mike Catcher. I am the Animal signing out.
It's good to talk to you again, George. You too, Animal.
Take care,
love
you
guys. Peace.
Until next time.
Yes.